In this video, I am joined by MobileGamer, and we discuss my top 5 playlists for Marvel Strike Force in 2019. So let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
Hey, what's up all you Valley Maniacs? ValleyFlyin here. I am back, and I am joined by MobileGamer from his channel, and we are talking about the top 5 wish list for 2019, and we just did one for your channel, and I think yours were a little more high level, little more deeper thinking than mine are. Mine are
Sure,
just kind of
I guess. I don't know. I'm not really a deep thinker.
I'm improving kind of the things in the game right now, but you got to check out his video because he mentioned some cool things that I haven't even thought of. But all right, let's just get into it. Let's stop. Number one, my number one wish for this game in 2019 is to survive. And the reason is because there's a lot of question with Disney and the takeover when the Fox deal is finally finalized. There's a question there. Now, I think it is unlikely that they would shut this game down. You know, I think it's more likely that they would keep it going or sell it or let Fox Next go independent. But that's my number one wish.
Well, I mean, there is a precedence for that. I mean, Disney has pretty much got out of development of all games. They've developed other games under the Disney franchise, like Star Wars Rivals. They shut that game down in beta. Didn't give any refunds to people. I didn't play the Infinite Universe or whatever it's called. And you even know what I'm talking about?
I didn't play that one either. Oh,
yeah, I don't know.
I know what
but
you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, Disney Infinite or something like that.
With the toys and stuff.
Yeah,
that
game
was
is gone. So Fox Studios, which is a newer company, was Fox Next, which is a part of Fox Studios, was purchased by Disney, and Disney prefers to license games rather than develop them themselves. So the studio could stay the same way. It could be sold off, or they could buy themselves out and be independent. We will see.
So yeah, I hope they figure it out, and for the end user, we don't even notice whatever they're doing on the back end, and that's one of my wishes. But I think it is unlikely that they will shut this down. Many different scenarios, but that's why that's lower on my list. But next thing, one of my big issues with the game, I don't know if you have the same issue, is the time it takes to really be competitive in this game, and with Blitz. The amount of times it takes to go through one rotation of your roster, it takes a long time to do 2 raids a day. It just takes a long time. So one of my big wishes is they go back to 6-hour cooldowns on the blitzes. And there's already been some kind of changes rumored in some data mines, but just finding some ways to reduce the time, especially with Alliance Wars coming up. One of my big wishes is just to get be able to spend less time in the game and still stay competitive.
Right. Well, and I do spend more time playing this game than the other game that I play. This is like the second game that I play, and yet I do spend more time playing it. It just requires more time. I wish that I could spend time and play the game and get the benefit. You know, if I want to play 3 hours a day or 4 hours a day or even more, there is a reward, but I would like to be able to play the game for 20 to 30 minutes on days that I don't have time and not destroy my relationship with my guild.
Yeah, it's becoming tougher and tougher to find the time, especially with real life stuff going on. So I hope they find a way to balance that. I think Blitz,
I just want the flexibility. Like if I have the time, I'll play, and if I don't have the time, that's fine. But right now, if I don't do what I have to do inside of the raids, my guild will not be happy with me.
Yeah, I don't think my guild is that happy with me right now, but I got to do more. But I just wish that this game took a little less time, and that's my big wish. And I think Blitz would be the one area that could cut out sometime.
Blitz! At best, I'm doing milestones. For me, I just don't have time to get 3, 4, 5 million, whatever it takes to place in the top.
It's tough to be competitive at Blitz now. But yeah, so that's my number 2. Number 3, this is one that we overlapped on and we talked about on your channel, is the communication.
Right.
It's gotten a little better, but like I said, going from 0 to 1 is a step up. But there's still a lot to be desired with a game that generates this much revenue and has such a high demand intellectual property associated with. I just wish that there would be more communication from the devs.
Yeah, it's few and far. I do like the communication we got last week, but I wish it was more predictable, maybe weekly, or just, if there was a forum or something like that, that'd be helpful, or just more communication on Reddit. But it's almost non-existent at this point.
Yeah,
other than those blog posts, which come, I don't know how frequently, once a month maybe.
And we got a good one this past week. And if they
it was great.
continue to do good ones, then I'm cool. And even something that you mentioned is the what am I looking for?
Even if there's nothing to say, it'd be nice to
addressing some of the concerns. Yeah, even if they don't fix it right away, just say, hey, we're aware of this, we're working on it, this is why it's being like this, and we're going to address it. Even just something minimal like that, I think would go a long way. And just more communication.
Sure. More communication would be better. And just that there's no forums. I don't know how much I would use the forums myself personally, but it does boggle my mind that they have in-game chat, which I do not use, but I've heard it's just bots and kids using the in-game chat. I turned it off a long time ago, so it just kind of strange to me that there's in-game chat but not a forum.
It's weird, right? Most large games do have a forum that the devs could communicate with the community. They've kind of done that with Reddit, but more. That's
I suspect that one of the analytics that the developers look at is how much time you spend inside the game, and they have an incentive to increase that amount. And a forum outside of the game would not help that metric, but yet in-game chat would. Does that make sense? I mean,
it does.
I
didn't think of it from that level, but yeah, the more time you spend.
Yeah, and I also think that's the reason why they have 2-hour blitzes, and they probably have no interest in minimizing our time. In fact, they probably want to make it more.
But it does lead to burnout a lot faster. I know a lot of people quit because of those blitzes and because it just takes up so much time. You don't really have time for real life stuff if you want to be competitive right now. And you're in the game more, you're more likely to spend money, but how long are you going to be playing this game if, it dictates your life? And so I think they need to find balance.
Right, and engagement and how much time, I mean, if you spend no time in the game, that's not good, but, they definitely want to increase engagement, but at what point is it a burden, I suppose? And I don't know what that number is, and I'm sure it's different for every person.
Yeah. Sometimes for me, I could play a lot. Sometimes I hardly could get on. It just depends on the day. But I wish there was more balance with communication and the timers and all that. All right, next one. This is I think everybody knows what I'm going to say here. The red stars.
Oof.
I wish there was a way that they could solve this, and I wanted to have a solution. By the time we record this. I don't have a solution at this point because it's been out for so long. I don't know if they could just make a wholesale change at this point to change the stats, to change the acquisition method. Obviously, they could add an acquisition method to make it more reliable for the characters that you want, or maybe stopping the duplicates. But the red stars, they need to be reworked. I was excited when I would pull red stars, and now I'm just getting duplicates, and it's just.
Well, if there was a way of earning or maybe acquiring elite orbs that were more specific to certain characters or certain factions or maybe certain classes like defenders or skill, or if I'm just dreaming, where you could add 1 star to one character, I just think that would be fantastic.
I would be in favor of that. Or maybe like a special orb like Future Fight does that you would buy it for a specific class. So you could upgrade certain classes at a time, and you could choose from within that class.
Right.
Something.
I bet you they would do it a class rather than an individual character, because then everybody just put it on the best character for their arena or whatever. But they probably have to make it random somehow.
Yeah, I mean they like that gambling mechanic, and I know they want to make money, but it's a lazy way they make money. Just add more gambling in without adding more content. So I hope they find a solution that they could still be profitable and make it a fun experience for the user that doesn't want to just gamble. I don't know. Do you have any solutions for this? Other solutions that? Cause
well, I mean,
I'm not sure what the best way would be at this point to.
At this point, it's very clear that they had an idea and a plan, and they're sticking to that idea and the plan. And for me, it has played out largely how I thought it would. And I do think that there is going to be a leveling off process, over time where everybody's rosters are going to level out, in the 4-star range, let's say 3-4 stars. I mean, already I'm in a place right now where very few characters in my rosters have no red stars. So it is starting to level out. But if I had a way of filling those gaps, for example, I still have 0 red stars on Quake. I would be happy to even get 2 or 3 stars on her. And if I had a way of doing that without the random pull, that would be just fantastic.
Yeah, that's a huge money-making opportunity for them,
right,
as well. But what is the cost going to be? $100 per star on the character you choose or something? So, I just hope they have a balance of the red stars that make it a fun process again. And my last one is a personal wish. Not it doesn't improve the game too much, but it's something near and dear to my heart. And it is a rework.
I know what you're gonna say.
It is a rework of Hulk. Hulk.
Well, yeah, it's your icon in your channel, right?
Come on, I've played a lot of Marvel games, and Hulk. There's been games that he's a good character, like Future Fight when he got his uniform, but I've never played a game that Hulk has been a meta character, and I want him to be god tier on everybody's tier list. And he's the Hulk. He's the Hulk. Come on.
Think about how important Crossbones is to the game. I mean, whether or not he's as important as he was day one, but he's always been an important but not broken character, correct?
Yes.
And I mean, Crossbones was, you had to know how to come at Crossbones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely, you still need a plan.
You need a plan.
You need a plan, and it's easier to have that plan nowadays, but you do need a plan to deal with Crossbones because he could.
And I'm not saying that Crossbones is the best character in the game or was ever even made like a lot of the top 10s, but Crossbones was always important, whereas Hulk, not even close.
Why? Like Crossbones is not important in the grand scheme of things to the MCU or the comic books. Why is he so important in this game? And Hulk sucks. Hulk is hard to obtain. Why does he suck so bad?
Because and the thing is about like Crossbones is a time bomb, right? Well, literally. But it's like when Crossbones explodes, you're ready for it and you're scared, right? I mean, it's like, oh man, this is gonna be horrible, right? Why can't it be that way with Hulk? If he's slow, he doesn't do much, and when he does his big smash, you're like, oh well, whatever. It doesn't do anything.
I exactly agree. I want that fear when I'm like, oh crap, I'm going up.
And
Hulk.
if it's delayed, it doesn't have to be turn 1 or turn 2. But if it's like this delayed feel, it's like, oh my God, Hulk is on the other team. If I don't deal with him, this is going to be bad.
Here's my idea. Every time he takes damage, his damage increases. So if you keep hitting Hulk, he's going to just explode on you. So he gets like a charged mechanic. If he gets he gets more
like
angry.
a rage
so
mechanic.
It would kind of go along thematically. So every time he gets hit, his damage increases by X amount. And I would love just that on his ultimate or something. Just that would make him scary. Just make him scary.
Right. And he doesn't need to be the best character in the game, but I just think he needs to be important. Like Crossbones. Crossbones is important, but he's just Crossbones.
Yeah, I want him god tier, but I would be happy if he, is A, B tier. But
usable, playable, demigod, whatever class system you want to use.
Right now, so.
Yeah.
All right, and that's my list.
Woo, I like your list.
I like your list too. It made me think about some things that never thought about before, and so, guys. Great list on his channel. Make sure you check out the link down below, and I want to hear from you as well. What changes do you want to see in 2019? Mobile gamer. What else you got? Anything else
Free
to
red
promote?
stars for everyone.
Nice.
Liberation from red stars.
Just give everybody 3 red stars to start off with.
Give everybody all
Start
characters
over
at 7-star red stars, so like it never happened.
That's
Right?
one way to balance it, right?
Right. That's one way to fix the red star problem. Until they come out with blue stars or white stars or
don't
eight
give them ideas,
stars
don't
or
give
whatever
them
they're going to do,
ideas.
right? Tier 2. They need to have their tier 1 right now, and they need to come
no.
out with tier 2 characters and then
Tier
tier
2
3
tickets.
characters where they
Tier 2 tickets.
morph, they go Super Saiyan or something.
$1,000.
Very
for a
creative,
tier 2
very well
ticket.
thought out. They should be the royalties. I thought of it first.
Don't. I'm gonna have nightmares about what you just said.
Right. I say that in sarcasm, and I'm being very sarcastic.
I know you are, but if people at Fox Next hear this, I don't know.
You asked for it. The community requested #1 feature in the community is some expansion on the 7-star system.
Tier 2 characters.
You can buy 4 RNG packs to give you a random number of orbs to open another orb that is random amount that'll give you 1,000% boost to your character just for $382.
That's a bargain to some people, but
You
thank
can
you
keep
so
that,
much.
or you can edit it out. You can do whatever you want with that.
I'm gonna see what I can leave in from that. All right, guys. So if you like the video, make sure you subscribe, smash on the like button, join the notification squad. BlueStack, the link is down below, and I will see you guys next time. Mobile Gamer, I do have a question before you go.
Sure.
What you gonna do, brother, when ValleyFlyin and all the Valley Maniacs come down on you, dude? ValleyFlyin.
I actually don't know what that means, but okay.
It's supposed to be a Hulk Hogan impression.
It's a Hulk Hogan thing?
He said similar things in his 80s promos, but
Oh, I love that guy.
anyway.
Do you have Hulk Hogan glasses too? I think I've got some glasses here.
I got a
man.
Hulk Hogan t-shirt. Maybe I'll wear that on the next one.
Oh, I've got my my glasses on right now. My Flex glasses with the pink frames. They're awesome. I got them on for you right now.
Oh, you good. I want to see this. I got to see the video.